Racism. Yeah, it may exist, but Joe Biden says we want to put people back in chains and bring back slavery. Really? Really, folks? Is that really what people want in America? White people or anybody? Does Japanese people that live here, do they want slaves? Bring back slavery? No. I don't even think nobody does. No, I don't want to do any harm to a black person or a Chinese person I don't want no Chinese slaves. I don't want no, you know, Japan slaves. They're, I might need some help with my computer. They're real good with, I like the Geek Squad and stuff, but I don't need no slaves around the house. I need to get my ass from being lazy. Michael Paisley needs to clean his own house and do the yard work. I don't need no. Look, my friend Glenn comes over here and I feel guilty, and he's unhealthy. I don't need slaves. I don't want no slaves. I don't want to hate nobody. I mean, people. I have a problem though when people judge me and call me whatever, gay, and I killed my friends, and I'm a murderer, and I'm a pedophile. I don't like that. And I kind of want to hurt somebody that says something like that about me, but no, I don't want no slaves. And I love black people. And I think most white people don't want no slaves. I'm not getting on that kind of thing. But I just was thinking I just read something about Joe Biden, and I just watched something on the news this morning about, black people are mistreated a lot, but so are white people. But yeah, blacks are mistreated, but I don't know if it's for their skin color. But it could be. I don't know. This one lady was being discriminated because she had color in her hair, and that could be racist. I'm not saying it don't exist, but she's not being made to be a slave. But folks, yes, there is racism. There is hate, but it's not always skin color. It's just hate. It's just human beings hating human beings, and I think the media plays on it. And I'm not saying it ain't out there, but it's not like it was. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh Lord, it's a touchy subject. I'm going to be judged for saying what I said, and I don't want to bring up things in the wrong way. I just like to get better myself because I have hate. I do, but it ain't towards blacks. It's towards whites, and it is, and it's towards the police, and it's towards the government. And McMinn County and how I'm treated by the government here. Because I know it's targeting. I'm targeted, folks, and I don't like it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm being watched because they think I'm an axe murderer. I got little boys in the basement, locked up. And I got bodies stacked up somewhere, in the backyard. They say, where do you keep your dead people at? Like they do. They have said that. I get texts from all over the country, folks. You killed your roommates. You got Boy Scouts locked up in your basement that you're molesting. Oh my God. Oh Lordy. I ain't no Boy Scout. I was years ago when I was in 4th grade, because I wanted the uniform. And I wanted patches, but I knew I had to work for them. And I was lazy. I built a bird cage and I didn't finish it. My dad helped me build it, and I was going to get a patch for it. And I didn't even get my first patch, but I liked the uniform. That's the only reason I was in it. My mom was the club mother for a little while. She was. But folks, I ain't got no Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts in my basement. I didn't drown my roommate, and I didn't hang my woman that I cared a lot about. I didn't do it. Did I do right by her? Not necessarily, no. I messed up. I ain't good with women. And I did some things I shouldn't have did. Not sexual. I just got mad at her and cussed her out. Because she was spending money and doing me wrong and stealing from me. And all of her meth friends. Michael Paisley don't do meth. Because if I was doing drugs, you know it. I'm weird enough without drugs. Believe me. And if I was on drugs, I wouldn't be alive long. Because when I do something, I don't do it halfway. I never had. And if I had to quit drugs because I wanted to keep living, And if I did drugs, I wouldn't live long. And I wouldn't, it's like one of my friends, I ain't gonna say who it was. I said I was doing some things for a little while, like for a week. And I said, man, I'm scared I'm gonna be an addict. He says, do you got money in your pocket? And I said, yeah. And he says, how's your guitars doing? Well, they're at home. And he says, you got your house, everything in your house? I said, yeah, I got all that stuff. He says, you're not an addict. Because if you was an addict, you wouldn't have no guitars. You wouldn't have no furniture, no TV. You wouldn't have no money in your pocket. That's what happens when you're an addict. You're homeless and you sell everything. And so I've never been an addict. I've never been a drug addict, folks. And I ain't got little boys in my basement locked up. No, I don't. You can come over here and check. Anybody can. And cops follow me around, because I don't know why, I guess I'm the terrorist, because oh Lord, I said some bad things about Obama, oh God, and Michelle and all of them, because I was influenced to do it by others. We were on political sites and I just joined in on the convo, on the conversation. It being influenced to say, bad things about Obama. I hated him. I didn't hate him because he's black. I hated him because he wouldn't do nothing against ISIS. And they were killing Christians, and he was terrible foreign policy. And he was terrible for the economy. And our jobs left, and unemployment went down because, you know why? Because everybody was working at McDonald's. He was great for McDonald's jobs and part-time jobs. But he said manufacturing is going to leave America and never return. But we're going to have bus drivers, and we're going to have lots of McDonald's workers, because he wants buses. He wants to get rid of your Corvettes and your hot rods and your gasoline cars and have electric buses. And that's what you're going to get if you vote Democrat. Everybody's going to be making $15 an hour at McDonald's, and jobs like that will pay $15 an hour. And you'll have barely enough to drive maybe a Saturn, a used Saturn, or maybe a Nissan that's older, and but they won't want you to drive them, but that's what you'll be driving, And then you'll be persuaded to move into high rises and take trains everywhere. There ain't gonna be no California, the good old songs about hot rods and stuff. Those are the Beach Boy music. You won't be able to ride in a car and listen to Beach Boy music no more. You'll be on a train and they'll pop in music, Beyonce or something, I don't know. Or this new stuff. The old stuff would be dead. And it already is. Half these kids now don't even know what real music is. Frank Sinatra built America, folks. And, people that slow danced to him, they had babies and made a whole generation of people that went to work. Yeah, they slow danced and fell in love, to good old-fashioned jazz, And then Luther Vandross came around, and, he was good to have dates with, that kind of music. But then after that, rap came along, and now everything, you don't date anymore. I mean, you listen to Lady Gaga, Lord have mercy. There's no romantic music anymore, folks. It's just comedy. I'm just, it's funny. But anyway, it's the truth, folks. It's the truth. Anyway, it's my rant. I get back on rants every once in a while. I just got to have some fun, Well, that's enough on this one.